How's it going, everyone? John here, and welcome to a very special video where I've got the Gibson Les Paul Custom 70s. When I opened the box for this, I was incredibly excited and a bit sentimental actually, because I learnt guitar on a Les Paul Custom. It was a white Epiphone Les Paul Custom secondhand that I got through a parent's friend of a friend at work or something like that. And I love that guitar. It's what I learnt guitar on. So I've always had a soft spot for Les Pauls in that way. And now 15, 20 years on from holding that guitar when I was growing up, I'm holding this, which is just a beautiful, beautiful thing. I don't think the human race has created many things more beautiful than a black and gold Les Paul Custom. I fully stand by that. And obviously the 70s Les Paul Customs are so sought after nowadays. They appreciate like nothing else, and they're just generally incredible instruments. So now, Gibson have released these, the Les Paul Custom 70s. These are true to the models of that era, and they have the specs as well. We've got a mahogany body with a 3-piece maple top, and it's the way that a Les Paul should be. I've got a Supreme, which I absolutely love, but it is a lighter Les Paul. And when you pick one of these up after playing that, it feels like a proper Les Paul weight. It's good. We've got the gorgeous 5-ply and 3-ply binding at the top and the back, and that's just gonna get great with age. It's gonna have that kind of yellowy tint to it and have that classic 70s look over time. Having said that, I also love when they're fresh out the factory like this one, and it gives that kind of silhouette outline to the body shape. I think it's just so classy. We've got a maple neck with a 70s profile to it, and also a volute up top. We've got a bound ebony fretboard with 22 medium jumbo frets, as well as mother of pearl block inlays. We've also got some other mother of pearl appointments, like up top of the headstock, where we've got that custom split diamond inlay, and it's such an iconic symbol there at the top. We've got tons of beautiful gold hardware on this for that classic tuxedo Black Beauty look. We've got an aluminium Nashville Tunematic bridge with an aluminium stop bar as well. And we've also got Grover Rotomatic tuners up top, so tuning will stay nice and stable. On the surface, while this might look from a distance like, you know, usual Black Beauty style Les Paul Custom, there's an attention to detail with this 70s Custom that's really second to none. For instance, the strap locks. These are the, I think you pronounce it Posy, P-O-S-I, strap locks, which are that diamond shape from the 70s models. And we've also got these witch hat controls on the guitar, which I think, especially with this guitar in ebony, really complement it. And whilst we're in the weeds of all this tech stuff, Gibson sent over a little document that even said the electronics of the guitar are era appropriate. So there's a pair of calibrated T-type humbuckers with individual volume and tones, as the case on most Les Pauls, but then they're wired to orange drop capacitors. So there's really been no expense spared in recreating that 70s Les Paul Custom design. As I mentioned earlier, this particular Les Paul Custom 70s is in ebony, which just has that Black Beauty tuxedo thing. I absolutely love it, but there are a couple of other finishes which are available on the Gibson website. So those are all the headline specs of the guitar. Now let's hear some sounds. Okay, so in terms of sounds, I wanted to start off on something very traditional, like plexi kind of thing, where you can just hear the pickups first, really, and get an idea of the character of the guitar. So we're on this traditional kind of sound, and that's at its most hot. Like I can dial this back with the 2 volumes, maybe on the middle position. And it can clean right up, but then, you know, neck pickup, push that a bit. Maybe do the same on the bridge. And it's got that bark that I love, as well as all that kind of territory in between. So let's just experiment with that. So let's maybe push it a bit with a drive, add some delay and reverb, and just get a kind of ambient, clean-ish breakup thing. So here we go. Then with that same sound, I'm just going to bring up the 2 volumes, middle position still. Let's maybe try the neck pickup on that. It's obviously still quite thick, but it's not overpoweringly flubby and kind of, you know, just too low endy. It's great. Bridge pickup. That thing there, I caught myself doing it and I just had to do it again. It's that bark of a Les Paul when you really dig in, like not with too much gain, and you get that just like mid-range thing. It's really addictive. That's the sound of a Les Paul for me, and this does that very well. That was quite a bright and abrasive sound, but this can be a really nice, warm, mellow Les Paul as well. So here we go. Let's start on the neck. Middle position. Getting carried away. Bridge. It is all of that rock stuff just great. And even when it's darker and you don't have that kind of high-end presence, that bark still comes through. It's a great, great sound. For the metalheads amongst you, let's go for some kind of drop tune. Let's throw it down, drop C. And hear it nice and aggressive. So. It pinches. Another thing I love about this kind of voiced Les Paul is how the bridge pickup can be really good at characterful cleans. On most guitars nowadays, people stay away from the bridge pickup for cleans. They go for like a middle position thing, which sounds great as well. But the kind of bark I was on about sounds great when you got a bit of chorus on it, and it has that throwback 70s, maybe early 80s thing to it. Whilst we're in that modulated world, one of my favorite sounds is the kind of DI straight in to the desk thing that's made really bright and just modulated. You know, tons of wet effects, tons of chorus, and it has that. I know this is kind of out of place in a 70s Les Paul video, but it has that 80s sound. And the particular character of this guitar really works with that. Again, bridge pickup, like one of my favorite clean sounds ever. Let's talk a bit about the middle position. So Les Pauls have a very chimey, that's often the word people use, middle position sound, which is obviously the neck and bridge pickup. And I just want to play around on that sound for a bit so people can really hear how this guitar does it. And this guitar can, of course, do that really nice, smooth, sustainy, creamy neck pickup sound. You know, all those words that people love to use. So. This is a kind of wild patch that is almost not supposed to sound like a guitar at all, but I was just playing around with it, and on the bridge pickup, that kind of barky Les Paul thing, I was curious as to whether it would come through, and totally does. For all you jazz-inclined players out there, the neck pickup sounds really warm as well. So that pretty much covers it for this rundown of the Gibson Les Paul Custom 70s. I have had such a good time playing this guitar over the last couple months. It's brought back so much nostalgia for me when I, as I mentioned, started playing guitar with the Les Paul. I've been playing all those songs by all those bands that I discovered guitar through. It's really been a great time, so thank you, Gibson. I really appreciate it. Please go and check the guitars out. The full details are available over at Gibson's website, where you'll be able to browse all the specs and all of the finishes, as well as everything else Gibson has to offer. So go and check it out. All that's left to say is a final thank you to Gibson, as well as a thank you to you for watching the video. I've been John Connearn. See you in the next one.